From fired to desired. Chapter 1. I'm not a secretary material. I never planned to be a secretary, especially not for someone like Ethan Blake, CEO of Blake and Company. He is the kind of man who wears silence like a suit. Tall, cold, and rich. Allergic to fun. But after losing my job and with my bank account sobbing, I applied for anything. My cousin, the traitor, added excellent office experience to my resume. I have only ever excelled at spelling tea and panic Googling what is a memo. So I walked into the interview with fake confidence and borrowed heels. I even managed to trip over a plant outside his office. Great first impression. Chapter 2. The Interview, where he almost threw me out. He looked up from his laptop. Sharp jaw, ice blue eyes, not a single smile. He said, Miss Daniels, your resume claims you have 2 years' experience. I smiled. Technically, yes, 2 years of experience in coffee and office chairs. He slammed his pen down. Is this a joke to you? I blinked. No, I mean I type really fast when I'm nervous. He stood up. I don't have time for clowns. My previous assistant quit after I caught her watching cooking videos on office time. I gulped. I don't even like cooking videos. He rubbed his temples, speaking to himself a little too loudly. HR sent me 20 resumes. 19 were worse. My secretary just resigned yesterday, and I need urgent hired help. So I'm your only hope? You're not hope. You're what's left. So yeah, I got hired not because I was good, but because I was slightly less bad. Lucky me. Chapter 3. Coffee Disaster and Verbal Fire. Day 1. Mission coffee. Black, no sugar, no joy. So, of course, I brought him a caramel latte with whipped cream. He stared at the cup like it insulted his family. He snapped, What is this? I grinned. Therapy in a cup. He slammed his hand on the desk. I said black coffee, not dessert. Do you listen at all? I stammered. I thought maybe you would enjoy something sweet. He narrowed his eyes. Your job is not to think, it's to follow orders. Yup, first hour and I was already his enemy. Later that day, I tried typing a memo. Got bored. Wrote a funny note to myself titled, How to Survive a Boss with No Soul. I meant to save it in drafts. I accidentally emailed it to the whole company and him. He stormed out of his office. Miss Daniels, care to explain this garbage? I looked up. It was a joke to myself. He glared. Then maybe keep your jokes in your head or find another job. Chapter 4. Elevator Breakdown and a Glimpse of Humanity. One night I stayed to finish work. Shocking, right? We both stepped into the elevator. It stopped. Classic horror movie moment. I squeaked. He growled. Don't panic, I said. I'm not. Just sweating with dignity. He groaned. I offered him a chocolate bar. He said, Sugar gives people false energy and mood swings. I said, So never had a birthday cake? Silence. Then he laughed. Just once, but real. I forgot what silence felt like before you came. I smiled. You're welcome. Chapter 5 Sparkles and Spills. He invited me to a client dinner. I wore red sparkles. He wore judgment. He said, "This is a formal dinner, not a disco." I said, "I'm the sparkle in your gloom, sir." During dinner, I tried being helpful. Then I spilled orange juice into Mr. Pearson's lap. I jumped up with napkin. He shrieked. Ethan leaned over and hissed, "Sit, before you bankrupt us." I whispered, "Note to self, no drinks near rich people." He didn't even crack a smile, but he didn't send me home either. Progress? Chapter 6 Flowers, Jealousy, and Fake Meetings. Office rumors were wild. Did Mr. Blake actually laugh? Is he dating the assistant? Please. Then I walked in with flowers from a blind date. A dentist. Ethan's eyes narrowed like the flowers insulted him. He said, "Who is wasting money on that?" I replied, "Someone who thinks I'm charming." He paused, then growled, "Cancel your lunch. We have a meeting." We didn't. He took me to lunch anyway. Ordered my usual. Remembered no olives. Even asked what kind of dentist gives flowers. Definitely jealous. Not ready to admit it. But I saw the cracks. Chapter 7 My Big Mistake. Then came the storm. I lost a major contract file. Ethan called me into his office. He said, "You had one important task and you failed." I stammered. "I checked everywhere. I swear I." He slammed his desk. "You joke, you distract, and you don't focus. I need someone I can trust, not a child." My chest tightened. I said, "I may joke, Mr. Blake, but I care more than you think. I try hard. I'm not perfect, but I'm not careless." He said nothing, so I walked out. Chapter 8 The Rain and the Latte. Next day, I didn't show up. I stayed home, under my blanket, ashamed. Then, doorbell. I opened it. Ethan stood there, in the rain, holding a folder and coffee. He said, "The contract. You didn't lose it. I did." I blinked. "Really?" He handed me the cup. Caramel latte with whipped cream. He said, "It's Monday. I figured I would try some joy." I smiled. "You finally broke." Then he leaned in and kissed me. Not cold, not angry, just real. Chapter 9 1 year later. Today, he still drinks black coffee. But sometimes he still sips from mine. He still glares, but now he does it with a smile hiding behind it. Me, I still talk too much, mess up, laugh at the worst times. But now I'm not just his secretary. I'm his chaos, and he's my calm. Here are some fun vocabulary questions from the story. Let's choose the correct meaning. What does clumsy mean in the sentence, "He hated my clumsiness"? Smartness and carefulness, awkwardness or likely to make mistakes. The correct answer is awkwardness or uncoordinated, often making small mistakes or accidents. What does CEO stand for in the story? Chief Executive Officer, Customer Experience Operator. The correct answer is Chief Executive Officer, the highest ranking person in a company. What does mocked mean in "He mocked everything I did"? A. He laughed at or made fun of. B. repeated kindly. Correct answer is to tease or make fun of someone, often in a rude or sarcastic way.